Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Ricky Cadden back again from Real Life Trading Australia with the first real life stock review for 2021. That's right, we did close out 2020 with a massive profitable year for all the members. I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas and an absolutely phenomenal new year. I hope you guys are absolutely primed and ready to absolutely crush the markets in 2021 with real life trading. Let's talk about the markets, guys. I know that's what you're here for. First and foremost, here's the SPY. Now, the SPY, guys, we are currently creating a little bit low volume as we move higher. So I am actually anticipating a little bit of a pullback coming in, possibly January or by the end of January after the inauguration period, and maybe early February. I do think we are in need of a little bit more of a dip and possibly come back down to this level, back down at around 362. If you take a look at the E-minis have been slowly grinding higher, but once again, volume isn't really quite there at this point in time. So, I mean, over the Christmas break, I did mention that we were most likely going to trade completely sideways to the new year. So I hope you guys were looking at some more non-directional strategies for your long-term portfolios. Here's Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND. Now, we did get into a put sale on Monday in the real life trading room. And right now, we are actually getting a beautiful Morningstar reversal pattern. If you take a look at the weekly chart, we are also at a very delicious support level right now as we speak. And depending on how we close on this one, guys, I am going to be quite bullish. So, I mean, we did get some phenomenal volume last week as we dropped lower, and we have, I mean, this previous low, I mean, we've dropped, just about 20% in the last month alone. So, Beyond Meat does look pretty good right now. We are currently below the long-term moving averages, but this put sale is paying $2.50 for February, which is only just about a month away. So Beyond Meat does look very nice to go long very, very soon. And here's the next one, Netflix. Now, Netflix, this is another one you want to look out for, guys. We are getting increasing volume, which is fantastic. We are coming into earnings season again. Earnings season right around the corner. This is a phenomenal hammer candle, and we are coming back down to the 200 simple moving average. If you take a look here, guys, we've been trading completely sideways since July, so a whole 6 months of sideways movement. Buy low, sell high. You could do some non-directional put sales, however you see fit on Netflix. All of them possibly would have worked, whether you're selling out of the money covered calls, selling put sales for premium, doing bull put spreads, and maybe just buying low and selling high, buying off support, old resistance and new support. Either way, would have worked out very, very well on Netflix, but keep your eyes for a bounce. If we do, however, get a gap down, depending on where we gap to, if we gap below the 200 simple moving average and below this support, I would be short-term bearish. Take a look at the weekly chart here. We are getting pretty extended away from the 100 simple, but I just think that we'll most likely come back down to about 461 at the most, trade sideways, and then slowly start to bounce on Netflix. Here's the ASX 200. Now, I did mention that we'll most likely trade sideways, and that's exactly what we are doing. So right now, not overly bullish on the ASX. Here's Zipco. Now, Zipco, I did draw this Mr. Squiggles line back here on December 16th, and I did mention we'll come higher and then trade down a little bit lower, back down to the 200 simple moving average. We aren't presenting too much great volume at the moment. However, on the weekly chart, I do think this is getting ready to make a move higher. Long term, I think Zipco is going to go higher, possibly reaching $10 before the end of the year. But Zipco looks really phenomenal. Great buying location. This is, if I just take away this drawing, you can see this is somewhat of a triple bottom, or aka inverted head and shoulders pattern on Zipco. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. And another great stock to be looking at right now is CSL Limited. Now, the good thing about CSL Limited is we are back at support right where we were at the drop on COVID. So brilliant level of support. We're back here again. We've got increasing volume. Earnings is just around the corner. And if you take a look at the weekly chart, this looks even more juicy. We're coming back into the 100 simple moving average on a weekly chart. We have pulled back in the last few months. We have pulled back about 15%. A nice pullback into the 100 simple, if we get there, that is, would be a nice little, 17% pullback. However, I mean, the trend is your friend. Be bullish. Be bullish. I mean, the trend is your friend until the end. Last time we came back down to the 100 simple moving average was back in 2016, and also once again back in 2014. And it doesn't really hang around there that long. I mean, if we just kind of zoom in here back to 2017, you can see 2016. You can see we traded sideways for about possibly about a year or so before we bounced, and right now we've been trading sideways for about a year. So I do think the CSL will soon start to bounce. Keep your eyes peeled on that one for a nice move to the upside. Here's crude oil. Now crude oil is slowly going higher. We are currently battling the 200 simple moving average, and I have mentioned that will most likely come to this level around $54 and then pull back down to around $51.77. That's on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, this looks better, a little bit better. You can see I do think we are going to trade a little bit higher before we come back down a little bit. Volume starting to drop off, which is great to see, and we have had a phenomenal move just at the start of the year. So keep your eyes peeled, all your futures traders, for a little bit of resistance at around 54. And for all the futures traders, again, gold, we are currently in a weekly options newsletter. We've got a weekly options newsletter play set up for this one. Really nice bounce off the 200 simple moving average. Great volume. As you can see, last time we were here was COVID, and that's pretty much all I can say. We've been trading sideways since August, and we have now created a higher low. So you can see that we are starting to bottom out here. For a long-term play, you can look to buy shares of GLD if you do like to play gold shares, or you can look to trade the miners if you like. But gold futures right now is looking really, really nice. Here's AUD USD, the Aussie dollar. Now, Aussie dollar, guys, I'm bullish on the Aussie dollar. I think we are going to continue to trade higher. We are trending beautifully right now. I did mention that 78 was going to be our resistance level and that we would possibly come back down to around 76. Didn't quite get there, possibly could still get there. I'll have to wait and see on that one, but the Aussie dollar is trending absolutely beautifully. Now, the one you guys are probably really interested in is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is pulling back, everyone. I did mention to a few people back here that, now's a possible good time to sell on Bitcoin, at least taking some of your profits off the table. You don't have to sell everything, but Bitcoin right now pulling back. Now, you're probably wondering what I think is going to happen on Bitcoin. I would just say look at previous price data, which would be something like this, and I would simply think that this is going to happen on Bitcoin. Now, if I just kind of drag this along to, I'll just drag this along to where we are right now and put this bar pattern just here. This is kind of what I think is going to happen. Come down to the 20 EMA, trade up a little bit, trade back down, find some support, get everyone going long again, most likely, and then get everyone trapped here, and then a nice little pullback, possibly to around 26k. Now, this would also coincide with the 100 simple moving average as we do start to trend higher. Would be a very nice dip buying opportunity. Possibly could come down a little bit lower as well, but just keep that in mind, that a nice little pullback is imminent on Bitcoin. Now, really key level about this, a really interesting thing about this as well, guys, is the last wave move higher that we have had from the previous low to the previous high. That would actually line up with the 618 retracement level. So all you Fibonacci lovers out there would find this absolutely juicy to look at. So Keep your eyes peeled on Bitcoin for a pullback down to around 26K or 27K. Long term, possibly by around March. Here's dollar index. Now, this is another reason why I'm so bullish on gold and the Aussie dollar and Bitcoin. We did come back down to $90, 90 points, which is what I did mention for a while. And right now we broke down, we're retesting that level as a resistance level, and we are actually breaking down. Next level of support is 88.48. If you take a look at the monthly chart, you'll see right here, this is the 88.48 level here, which is based off the previous levels of resistance as well. And we've also got the 200 simple moving average just kind of chilling there as well. But if we do break that level, guys, I mean, she's going to be a bit of a bloodbath for the US dollar, because it would end up falling back down to around 83 points. But keep in mind that this is obviously, this possibly could just trade sideways and find some great support at this level and then slowly start to bounce. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. All right, guys, you guys are absolutely amazing. I'll be back on Friday with another free real life stock review just for you. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. You guys rock.